I'm your host, Deneen, and I want to welcome you to Good Day, Good Health, where we talk about real life, real health, and real hope. The holiday season is often seen as a joyful time, but for many people, especially those who faced illness, loss, or big life changes, it can also be one of the most emotionally challenging times of the year. So today, we're being joined by someone whose strength and story it inspires so many people. Miss Leah Gray, a two-time cancer survivor, an advocate, and a voice of hope for others walking through difficult seasons. We'll be talking about how to handle depression and emotional lows during the holidays and how to rediscover peace and joy and meaning even when life feels heavy. So, Leah, I want to thank you so much for being here with us today. It's so good to see you.
Deneen, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
You've overcome cancer not once, but twice, which takes an incredible amount of strength. How have the holidays felt different for you since those experiences?
I will say I've had to recreate what my holiday looks like because I'm not up to all the stuff that I used to do. I still have really lovely holidays, but if everybody's getting together, everybody brings something. So you may do things differently. But I really enjoy the holidays now because now I really am more mindful of being present for the holiday. So thanks. Yeah.
Oh. And many people find the holidays emotionally complicated. What do you think makes this time of the year especially difficult for those dealing with depression or recovery from a serious illness? What do you think about that?
I think that a lot of it is our mindset and our perception. All about life, life happens as it happens, but what meaning we give that time or that experience is what colors it for our perspective. So I think it's really important to realize that number one, things aren't always what they seem. The media and TV really stylize and I idealize the holidays. The holidays aren't that way for everybody, even if they're not sick. But when you have an illness or you're struggling with some kind of physical challenge on top of the expectations of the holidays, it can make it a daunting time. And it can, if we don't reframe it for the circumstances that we're in, and we have too high expectations, we're actually setting ourselves up. And I try not to do that anymore to myself. Yeah. So I think it's important to think about what you want your holiday to look like, and that doesn't have to look like what everybody else's holiday looks like. And that's how I've been able to enjoy it more. I decide what I want it to look like and engage the people that I want to engage, and just keep it simple like that. And it's been a more meaningful. It's meant more to me now doing it that way than traditionally how my family did it.
So I sometimes find myself, I used to be stressed about what I'm going to do for a holiday, where I'm going to go, am I going to cook, am I not? But now after the different challenges that I've had health wise, I don't stress about it no more. My family, I had told Ed, we're just going to go out and eat because I'm not cooking. And I felt okay. I'm good with that. I'm good. That's what I want to do. I'm with my family and that's enough for me. So,
absolutely. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
when,
It's what we want.
yeah, exactly. So when you face those tough emotional days yourself, what are some of the things you do or avoid to help you stay grounded and uplifted?
That's a good question. Those are really serious considerations. So I want to avoid negative people. I want to avoid circumstances that are beyond my control that are going to cause me anguish or fear. Or so I just keep it really simple. And then what I want to have happen is I want to the way I ground, I have a strong faith. And so I just stay in the moment with God and try to enjoy the whatever the time frame is, being fully present with people. And that brings a level that's freedom to me. And that brings a level of peace that allows me to really enjoy people and see things that I wouldn't otherwise, and be there for people, and also take care of myself. In the holidays, it's really stressful. So, things you think you have to do that maybe you don't necessarily have to do, you have to really prioritize and be strategic about how you invest your emotional energy, I think.
Well, you talked about faith, and I'm a strong believer in the Lord. And I walk by faith. How has your faith, your mindset, or spiritual life played a role in helping you navigate depression and maintain hope through the holidays?
I'll tell you what, it was the first decision. So when I found out I had breast cancer for the second time and it was a really aggressive kind, I just spoke to God and I said, God, if it's my time, I've got a reservation with you and I'll see you soon. So basically, if it's worst case, I'm going to try to make the best of it. But I said, if it's not my time, then I believe you really still have something for me to do here. And so I'm asking for your help and guidance to do it well, to get through the process in the best way possible so that I can serve you on the other side. And that is what enabled me to either accept what the final diagnosis would be if it was my time, or move forward in faith, knowing that there's something on the other side that he's got in mind for me. And I think it's really important that people understand you're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose, on purpose. You might not know what it is just yet, but if you ask and you're seeking, you will get some answers. So that's what helped me the most.
I when you have talking about the faith, you also have to have the people around you that are like-minded in your beliefs
Mhm.
and in your faith, that you need those people around you as well to also help you stay grounded, or also to help uplift you. You need those same type of people surrounding your atmosphere during that time. Like it's necessary.
I agree. You should embrace all the resources that you have that are positive,
Mhm.
reaffirming, supportive people. Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. Yeah, that's priceless.
What kind of support from family or friends has made the biggest difference for you during challenging seasons? And what advice would you give loved ones who want to help you but don't know how? That's a good
That's a great question. Yeah,
one.
because I find that a lot of we women think we can do it all ourselves and we don't need
Yeah.
any help. And that's not true. And there are going to come some days where be prepared because you're going to need to ask for some help. And you're
Hmm.
supposed to receive help graciously because people want to help. And if people know what to do, if you just show them you appreciate that instead of saying, no, don't do that or whatever, we need to embrace the help that we get. And people will, and you have to be willing to ask too, because people aren't going to know what you need. So think about what you need and do ask for help to help get you through harder times or times where you just don't have the stamina. There are going to be those days, and you have to be realistic about that. If you do that and you get help, you're going to find the emotional connection helps as much as the actual physical whatever help it is, because people do want to help. Our family wants to help. We have friends that want to help. God bless my one friend, Joyce. She agreed to watch my dogs for 3 weeks during my surgery and recovery. What a blessing. Like, who does that for people? You know what I mean? So I was so grateful. And then I have my sister came. She stayed the first couple of nights, and then people checked on me, and my neighbors would check on me from time to time. I didn't have anybody living with me at the time, so it was really just peripheral. But it's important not to isolate, and it's important to ask for what you need because people do want to help you. Yeah.
And it's very important to ask what you need, because don't be afraid to ask. Don't think in your mind, okay, I don't want to bother them. because that was one of my
Hmm.
issues. I don't want to bother them, so I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to handle it myself because people are living their own lives, so I don't want to bother them. But you have to bother people. They can either say yes to your help or no, but you
Yes.
have to bother them. So the
Yes.
holidays often come with pressure to be cheerful or to keep it together. How do you personally manage expectations both from yourself and from others during this time?
Well, I actually enjoy being by myself. So even though I enjoy being with people, I also appreciate the time for myself. And that's both from a faith standpoint, communing with God, but also just rest. And if you are not a gregarious person, you should take that time for yourself, but don't isolate. But use both of those. Use the time that you are connected with people, and use the time that you have for yourself to replenish yourself. It's really important to be for self-care, to be aware of what you need, and kind of be kind to yourself. That's the best way for me to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, even when you were going through, um, you are uplifting yourself because no matter when I saw you, wherever we were, when I would see you, you were always smiling. And that
Oh.
in itself is uplifting to people who are going through. Because, even like me, when I was going through, just to see your face smiling, knowing that you went through cancer twice, but you didn't allow it to affect, well, not in public, you didn't allow it to affect your demeanor. And that is very important as well. I mean, you're just so uplifting. So I just love you.
Thank you so much. See, and I don't even know that that's the way I was seen. But I will tell you, like, back to that perspective and like part of the mindset piece, if we are, when you have all kinds of decisions facing you and you don't even know what the outcome of some of them are going to be and all that, you can really, really slide into that fear and worry mode. And I just don't allow myself to do that because, first of all, the only time worry is good is on the initial, whatever that indicator is, that you got to pay attention to something. After that, if you keep worrying, that's on you. You're wasting your own time because worry doesn't do anything for you. And then fear, we can fear everything. And I tried to really consciously not worry about what I didn't have any control over, and not be afraid of anything that I had already made decisions about, to just move forward and think about what I wanted on the other side. So it's very easy. It's much easier for us to worry and think about the negative things. It's a little more challenging to say, okay, here's where I'm at, but where do I want to be? And what do I want to see on the other side? Or even small things like, maybe I can take a walk tomorrow, or maybe it'll be sunny and I can, pull weeds or whatever. We have to look forward because otherwise all of the heaviness of the situation can just pull us down and keep us down. And I'm not, that's no.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done with that. I don't have time now. Like, really, am I 100% like 100% like that would be fake. I'm not. There are times that I get down, but I try not to, so somebody said it really well. I try that for that to be a place I visit, not a place I live. That's what it is.
Good. Yeah, that's real good. Wow. Well, what does self-care look like for you around the holidays? Like are there specific rituals or boundaries you set to protect your peace and your mental health? Like what does your self-care look during this time?
Um, I pretty much, it's, some things are the same as normal. So try to stay hydrated, really important for a lot of reasons. Try to get the right amount of sleep, 7 to 8 hours minimum. Some people need more, some people need less, but really don't skimp on the sleep. It really, it hinders healing. It causes our immune systems to be challenged. Those are two critical pieces. And then I think it's important to look forward to things, have things on your calendar that you're looking forward to, not just your all the to-do list. So because the holidays come with a lot of extra to-dos if we're not careful. So I try to keep it really simple, and I just try to focus on the things that are going to bring me some joy and have some fun with people, and not try to overdo too much. Just really plan things that I know I'm going to enjoy, and then be fully present while you're there. That's the best. That's really fun.
I'm excited about the holidays this year because my daughter and my husband and grands are coming down. But what I'm excited about is it's like we're just going to be chill, and I'm going to learn how to play spades. He's going to teach me how to play spades because I've been wanting to learn
Wow,
it for years. So, but
me
that makes
too.
me feel good. I'm excited about it. It's not just
Yes.
sitting down at dinner. We're just going to play a lot, have a day of games, and I'm just excited about that.
That's so great. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
So many people underestimate how closely physical health and mental health are connected. How have you found that taking care of your body through movement, nutrition, through rest has helped you manage depression or stress during the holidays?
Oh gosh. I'm going to tell you a secret right now. Rebounding, little mini trampoline, 3 minutes a day does wonders. Astronauts use it when they get back from space to recondition themselves too, because moving against gravity, it helps every cell in your body, and it strengthens your organs. So they're not expensive. So that's a big, and it doesn't take a lot of space, and you can do it anytime. You can do it to music if you want, whatever. Anyway, but I really think walking outside whenever you can, getting outside, but especially just plain walking. Doesn't have to be a brisk pace, but something that keeps you moving. That's so good for you, every single aspect of your body. And it gets your blood flowing, so your brain's getting oxygen. It keeps your lymph system moving. That's really important for detoxing and processing everything. um, and so that those things, this physical activity dramatically impacts your mental state. So you can, if you are feeling down, you can change that mental state by doing some activity, some physical activity. And it doesn't even have to be the exercise piece. It could be, if you have a pet, just get real snuggly with your pet. Those kinds of things. But we have to take some action there. And it's really hard when you're feeling depressed to think of. So I suggest, and I do myself, writing down the things that bring you pleasure, so that you have a list. So if you're feeling down, you don't have to think about it. You can just go pick one and do it. Because when you're really, really, really down, it's hard to pull that information. It's because your mind's not functioning in that direction. So I have a list, and I pick a list, and I go, you know what? I haven't done that in a while. I'm going to do that. And it helps a lot.
Many of us journal, and we journal about our day, but that's something really good to put in your journal. Write down the things, put that in the first page in your journal. Write
That's
down
a
the
great idea.
things that will make you happy. Look at that page every day or every time you go to journal. Write down the things that you know that will make you happy, whether it's walking, whether it's singing in the shower, whether it's just sitting on the
Yeah.
porch and watching the sunrise, whether it's sitting on the porch and watching the moon come up. Write it down just to remind you when you're starting to feel a little bit of depression or a little bit of sadness. Open that journal to that first page, and you have those
I
things
agree.
right sitting right there. That is wonderful, Leah. That's good. That's
Great
really
idea. And
good.
you're reminding me to journal, so thank you.
You're welcome. So the holidays can be lonely for those who feel disconnected or misunderstood. What advice would you give someone who doesn't have a strong support system or who feels isolated during this season or during this time?
I would say it's sometimes it's hard to reach out when you feel like you're by yourself, but you would be surprised. You can go local places, like local little family diners or places like that, where people will say hello, and they'll be cordial, and you can. I was at a place last weekend, and a single lady bought me dinner. I think she felt sorry for me because I was by myself, but I was a happy girl. I didn't have any problem. She brought me breakfast. They told me, yeah, the lady that was sitting over there bought breakfast. I never saw her. I didn't know who she was. But I'm just saying, there's more. I think there's more kindness out there than we think. But we have to extend ourselves a little because you
Mm-hmm.
can't expect it all to come to you. And that's getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. And I would actually suggest if you have an interest like photography or, painting or crafts or, bird watching or bee hive raising or whatever interests you, find a group that does that thing and join that group and just get to know some people, because when we are around people that have like interests and are enjoying themselves, it does rub
Mm-hmm.
off. It really does.
Yeah,
And then you might be able to contribute to them as well. So, yeah, I really
absolutely.
think that's important.
And that's important because nowadays, even on the computer, there's so many things out there, so many communities out there for so many different things. You could just go type something in X and look up a certain community like bird watching community, and they pop up
Absolutely.
bird watching community in your area,
Hmm.
hiking in your area. So
Hmm.
yeah, do some research and just go look. So
I
for
agree with you.
someone who may not realize they're slipping into depression, what are some of the early signs you've learned to notice, either in yourself or others, that it's time to seek help or just slow down?
If it's just mild, like I'm find myself fatigued or day after day, I'm not thinking. I start thinking, about problems versus thinking about what I want to accomplish and what I want and that kind of thing. I try to just rein myself in and go, yeah, okay. And I have a checklist once a week. I just look over and say, okay, how can I move these things forward? How can I move that forward? That kind of thing. So that kind of gives me a positive to do list. But if it's a serious thing, actually, I have, and I would not, I'm still open minded to doing this if I need it. But there have been times where I had to go on an antidepressant. And it usually for a 6 month period to keep from spiraling down too far. I haven't had to do that for probably 2 or 3 years, but I don't rule it out because I believe that we should use the tools that are necessary to take care of ourselves. And sometimes it's a chemical imbalance, and you're not going to be able to do anything other than listen to what your doctor says and follow some instructions. And for me, it's typically a 6 month period or so, and then I kind of wean down off of it, and I'm okay. But I know if I get to that really really dark place where I can't even help myself, and I've been prone to depression throughout my life, so it's an issue, and so I have to manage it. And if I know I'm headed there, like if I can tell I'm headed there, I do. I consult with my doctor. I do what I take medicine as prescribed, and then wean back off when I'm feeling more like I'm got a handle on things and I'm more normal. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Leah, because a lot of
Hmm.
people are afraid to talk about it.
Hmm.
And so your truth and your honesty and what you just share, I love it. And
Yeah.
people need to hear it. People need to
Sure.
hear. So
No.
thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Of course. Yeah.
So for anyone for anyone watching this who might be silently struggling with depression or grief this holiday season, what would you say to them right now, Leah? Because you already have been amazing, and you've been giving us so many great nuggets. For those
Oh.
who are going through this right now, what would you say to them to encourage them, to uplift them during this holiday season?
First, I'll say don't isolate. Share it with somebody that
Hmm.
you trust, that is a friend of yours or a family member that genuinely cares about you. Tell them where you are at, and then be open minded to taking some action to help yourself, whether it's going to the doctor or devising a plan to get out regularly outside, or if you're headed to a dark place that you don't think you're going to be able to get out of, now's when you help yourself. Now's when you engage people that care about you, engage professional services. If it's a doctor or a counselor, that would help. Um, don't rule out all the resources that are available to you because you are really the one that can help yourself the most. And that's when it's hardest for us to help ourselves. So please don't isolate. Please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with somebody you trust, and then, make a plan for yourself to do something to change that.
Yeah. And I
Mhm.
had to learn that for myself as well. After my last illness, when I went into the septic shock, afterwards I kept thinking about it, and I would get kind of down and depressed about it, and I wouldn't say anything to anybody about it. I wouldn't talk about it. But I found myself, I have my family around me. I had to open my mouth and say, this is what I'm feeling. This
Mhm.
is what I need from you right now. I need your help in this area because I'm not feeling good about what happened. I'm afraid because
Mhm.
that incident
Mhm.
really scared me. Like today, I almost died. So it kind of sent me in
Yeah.
this path that I was like, I wasn't used to, I wasn't comfortable with. So, but I had to learn to speak out and say, look, this is where I am right now. And I think I need some help in this area, just some support in this area. Watch me, maybe kind of help me, direct me in an area where I need to go if I need to talk to
Yep.
somebody, so on and so forth. So, wow, Leah, this has been amazing. This
Deneen,
is
that's
this has been
wonderful because
really
it
amazing.
takes courage to do that. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it
wonderful.
really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
Leah, I just want to thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us today, and just sharing from your heart, your honesty,
Yeah.
and your hope. It's just a reminder that even when life feels dark, light is still possible. Thank God. One
Absolutely.
moment, one
Yeah.
thought, one
Mhm.
breath at a time. So, Leah, I thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Deneen.
And to everyone watching, please, please remember, you do not have to face the holidays or depression alone. Reach out for help. Don't be afraid. Talk to someone you trust. Connect with a counselor or a support group, and know that your feelings are valid. Your story matters, and healing is still possible. You can find more wellness stories, mental health resources, and community support on our website at gooddaygoodhealth.net and inside our online community at Good Day Connect. So, I'm Deneen Grobes, and until next time, take care of your body, guard your peace, and remember every day is a new chance for a good day and good health. Bye bye.